Hi there, I'm Dr. Stephen Duncan, Director of Fine Arts at Galveston Independent School District. And this very interesting little instrument here was brought back from Ghana by one of our teachers, Mr. Blake, who teaches the Ball High Choir, and it is called the Kologo. It is a very old style of instrument found in a number of places in Africa, but this particular version, the Kologo version, is a two-string version found in the northern regions of Ghana, the country Ghana. Now, I don't know if you can tell on the video from here, but there are two strings on the instrument, a high string and a low string. They are attached by a leather band at the top, and they're simply tied to the spike at the bottom. As you slide the leather bands up or down, it does the tension, making them tighter or looser so that you can change the pitches. The spike is simply a piece of wood, a wooden dowel, that goes all the way through down to the bottom here. The bottom is made of a gourd. Over that gourd is stretched a piece of leather, most likely goatskin in this case. The leather has a couple of holes cut in it so that the spike can go through, and that holds the instrument together. And it has one hole in it cut here just to let the air out so that as the instrument vibrates, the sound can get out. Just like the sound hole in a violin, just like the sound hole in a guitar, doing the exact same reason. Now, unlike the guitar, there are no frets on this instrument, which means that like the violin, it can play many, many pitches. And it's tuned right now in a fourth, 1 and the 5th below. Now, most of the time, the players that I've seen playing it have used a large piece of plastic as their pick, and not having a large piece of plastic, I just borrowed one of the picks from my koto to be able to play this with this morning for you to demonstrate it. I am not a particularly great player at playing this instrument, but it's a really neat sound to be able to have. But of course, not having frets, it's very easy to miss the pitch that you're looking for and get one, like I just did, really quite off. Now, the cool thing about this instrument is that you can literally play any scale. You can mimic any sound the human voice is capable of making. You can use it to accompany in a variety of instrumental forms. If you switch to the guitar, you're then stuck with the frets on the guitar, which are in the half steps that we use in Western music. And many African scales do not follow those same set of half steps. This instrument is much more flexible in that respect and much more capable of doing things that just are not possible for the guitar or the instrument which is directly related to this, and you've probably noticed that by now, the banjo. Now, a lot of people think the banjo is an instrument that comes from the United States, but the banjo's form, its basis, comes to us from Africa. And here you can see that same idea. You have a stretched drum head with the strings strung across that, and then the ability to change pitches. Of course, the banjo has more strings, 4 or 5 strings depending on the type that you're using, and uses a fretboard much like the guitar. But that's what happens when cultures collide and create new instruments out of ideas that come from both places. This one, though, is the older form, and it comes to us, as I said before, from the northern reaches of Ghana. A really cool instrument. Thank you, Mr. Blake, for bringing this for us.